From the beings thought to have created reality to the beings that can actually shape that reality, we count down the top 15 overpowered comic book characters of all time. This extends across DC, Marvel, and any other unaffiliated comic series. Number 15. The Celestials. Their origins shrouded in mystery, these godlike scientists of the universe have been tampering with all forms of lesser life from the time of early creation. Speculation stands on their origins, but one thing is certain, the Celestials are not to be trifled with, as shown when even the full galaxy-obliterating power of the godheads Vishnu, Odin, and Zeus failed to even phase the leader of the Celestials, Ereshkigal the Judge. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. The Celestials have been shown to be capable of communing extra-dimensionally and possess frightening power, such as the potential to annihilate entire universes and destroy artifacts thought indestructible by any means. Number 14. Dr. Manhattan. The only explicitly superhuman member of the Watchmen, John Osterman, aka Dr. Manhattan, has been shown to possess power on par with godlike entities. He has vast telekinetic powers, nigh omniscience, nigh omnipotence, and nigh omnipresence. Manhattan's few weaknesses are primarily insular, revolving around his own apathy, and his concept of time and knowledge of things within the space being limited to himself. He is not all-powerful or all-knowing, as he has not experienced events which could lead him to being so. While it is uncertain, it can be assumed that Manhattan is totally invulnerable, or at least can instantly regenerate from anything that can destroy him. His only known or expressed weakness are tachyon particles, and even then, these particles only manage to slow him down, and do not have any ability to destroy him. Number 13. The Cosmic Pantheon. Comprised of death, eternity, infinity, and oblivion, the Cosmic Pantheon represent and serve to further the constant struggles between life and death, entropy, and order. These four beings were created at the beginning of time, seeing each other as siblings. Each is constantly locked in a battle with its counterpart, which spans the Marvel Omniverse. Oblivion himself is presumed to be the most powerful of the four, as a mere avatar of his creation was capable of nearly destroying the entirety of the multiverse on its own. Eternity, unusually, is thought to be even older than his counterparts, as he is, by default, eternal, existing in all times. Yeah, try making sense of that. I wrote it and I still don't get it. Number 12. An extra-dimensional entity that feasts on other realities, Hunger is one of the oldest and most destructive beings in the Marvel Universe. It is said that in his time, he has consumed over 1,000 realities, and only noticed Dimension 616, the dimension that most of Marvel's story arcs are based in, when the being Thanos used the Infinity Gauntlet. Hunger is gifted with telepathy so strong that he was capable of communicating with, and obscuring the logic of, Galactus when attempting to enter Dimension 616, and is invulnerable to nearly all attacks, though initially weak upon entering a new dimension, as shown when he was nearly destroyed by Thanos when entering 616. Number 11. The Decreator. Functionally similar to Hunger, the Decreator was said to be born from the shadow that was cast when God brought light into the DC universe. An unstoppable entity, the Decreator's sole purpose is to, well, decreate things. So ancient and powerful is this entity that it cannot be stopped by any means. It has only been slowed to the point where its destruction of the universe cannot outpace the expansion of the universe. Think of it as a Roomba that keeps bumping into all of your chair legs and just can't quite get the floors clean in time. Number 10. The Spectre. A character which has recently increased in popularity over the past decade, the Spectre is regarded as one of, if not the most, powerful heroes in the DC universe. The divine judge of the presence, the Spectre is gifted with near-limitless godlike power, allowing him to bring judgment upon the wicked in virtually any way that he can imagine. The Spectre is limited, however, by his own purpose. As the divine judge of the universe, he is unable to act in wrath and vengeance, and cannot harm the innocent. He is vulnerable to incredibly powerful magic, and to function at full efficiency requires a human host. Number 9. The Phoenix. Possessing power over both life and death, the Phoenix soars through the Marvel multiverse as one of its most powerful destructive forces. It serves a similar purpose to the Cosmic Pantheon, embodying all life in existence, as it is the source of all life ever born. Born of the void itself, the Phoenix has the power to incinerate swaths of the universe away at will. If somehow destroyed or its host is destroyed, the Phoenix returns as a cosmic egg which will, eventually, rehatch into its form again. The Phoenix often seeks a powerful host to contain its destructive force in, and many X-Men, past and present, have served that purpose. Number 8. Doctor Strange. Ah, the Sorcerer Supreme. Arguably the most powerful human in all of Marvel, Dr. Stephen Strange, formerly a surgeon whom, after an accident which left him crippled, sought out the healing properties of the Ancient One and ended up taking up magical tutelage and becoming the new supreme sorcerer of the Earth dimension. Strange can often act on his own or call upon mystical deities which provide him with abilities such as time and reality warping, various forms of energy attacks, manipulation of elements or matter, and so on. Strange is also capable of calling upon the energies of certain realms rather than their rulers themselves. Combined with his possession of powerful magical artifacts, Strange is truly a formidable human. Number 7. Franklin Richards. The son of Mr. Fantastic and Invisible Woman, Franklin Richards is an Omega-level mutant possessing nigh-omnipotent power. He is capable of reality warping on an extra-dimensional scale and is theorized to be as powerful as the Celestials themselves. In an encounter with his future self, Richards is shown to be even more powerful in his future form once he has properly honed and controlled his powers, and by offering some of his powers to his future self, it is even capable of destroying the Mad Celestials with the aid of Galactus. This kind of reeks of Nickelodeon's whole kids rule message, doesn't it? Number 6. Mad Jim Jaspers. Formerly a powerful anti-mutant British politan, Mad Jim Jaspers gained mutant reality warping powers in a version of Earth, 213, which first introduced him as an omniversal threat. Jaspers projects a massive warp that extends outward from him and gives him full control over all aspects of reality in that space. The Omniversal Guardian Marlin decided that he needed to be stopped before his power overgrew the entire multiverse, but an even more threatening version of Jaspers was already beginning the descent down the same path on Earth. Jaspers takes personal inspiration from the character of the Mad Hatter from the Lewis Carroll novels, hence his bizarre appearance and behavior. Number 5. Michael Demiurge. DC, at its core, seems to loosely follow the Christian interpretation of God, heaven, hell, and the creation of the universe. Michael Demiurge is the DC embodiment of the Archangel Michael of Christian origin. Demiurge is the most powerful existent angel in DC, primarily for his possession of demiurgic powers. As DC explains it, everything that exists, has ever existed, and will ever exist within the expanse of all realities and times falls under the broad category of the demiurgic power. As such, Michael virtually has power over everything, although he is superseded by his god. His only viable rival is Lucifer Morningstar, who has a few advantages over his brother. Number 4. Lucifer Morningstar. Essentially one and the same with the biblical character of the same name, Morningstar was cast from heaven by Yahweh after attempting to rebel, instead deigned to reign in hell for all of time. Morningstar is invulnerable to virtually anything while at his full power, and possesses 3 powers which places him just ahead of his brother, Michael. The Lightbringer Flames, which can destroy virtually anything and are unique only unto him, Omniscience, which allows him to constantly be leaps and bounds ahead of any and every being, and reality warping powers on any scale imaginable. And here I thought he was a boss in Supernatural. Number 3. The Living Tribunal. The ultimate judge of the Marvel Omniverse, the Tribunal was created with the singular purpose to maintain the balance throughout the domain of the One Above All. The Tribunal is nearly omnipresent, capable of moving to any reality it sees so fit, and has limitless power, supplied by its master. While canonically the Tribunal is currently dead, it is unknown what could have the power to kill it, as the Tribunal displays no signs of weakness or vulnerability. Number 2. The Beyonder, prior to its retcons. The sum total of everything beyond the Marvel multiverse, this extra omniversal being is said to be millions of times more powerful than any entity in the Marvel multiverse. This guy is so powerful, in fact, that he offered the Phoenix the only power which could kill him. His emotional states alone caused cosmic destruction, and he even killed Death. How do you even? Without a doubt, the Beyonder is one being you don't want to mess with, but what could be more powerful than something that kills Death? Number 1. The One Above All and the Presence. This had to be a tie, as these two concepts, not so much entities as abstractions, are the respective creators and overseers of the Marvel and DC universes. Effectively the creators writing themselves into their own works, these two beings rule supremely over every aspect within their respective domains, and are insurpassable by any other entity in the comics by design. As the creators of the comics, they inherently control everything going on within those comics. I like to think of these two as Super Duper Ultra Mega Prime God, where entries 2 and 3 on this list are Supremus Omni God and Golden Maximus God, respectively. And you thought Stan Lee's cameos in the Marvel movies were ego-stroking. That's it for this countdown, guys. Remember to like, favorite, comment, and subscribe. Leave a comment down below, especially if you have any ideas for future countdowns, and I'll see you guys next time.